What is going on? Y'all already know it's your boy Morbius, and today is Tuesday, and we know what that means. Comic Relief, episode 30. Let's get into it. What is going on, family? PJ, what is good, my brother? Thank you for being on today,
brother.
with me, man.
Yeah,
Chilling, man, chilling. Today, I don't know, man. I'm getting some good vibes about today. I'm feeling real good about this topic. I'm feeling real good about our guest. This is episode 30. I'm feeling good about that. And having you here, and of course, speaking of our guest, why don't we just bring this brother in? Hood Rat Comics. Ian, what's good, my brother?
What's up, man? I'm Hood Rat. You're Hood Rat. We all Hood Rats chilling.
Hood Rats up in here. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming in, man. Thank you for doing this with me. I know we had set this up and we had like a few hiccups, but now finally we're here making it happen. How is it out there? What's the weather out there, man?
Oh man, it's nice, bro. It's a nice 77 degrees right now, bro. It's been a heat wave, bro, for like 3 weeks.
Oh wow, man! All right, so y'all needed that. Y'all needed that.
Yep. No, so I'm happy with that, man.
That's what's up, man. PJ, how you doing, my brother? What's good with you?
Good, man. Good. It's kind of a long day at work. We have not had perfect weather out here. It was kind of rainy.
No, unfortunately, no. It's been pretty shitty and rainy and pretty nasty, man. But yeah, so let's just see who's in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. Once again, you're here watching Comic Relief. We're gonna be talking about CGC brainwashing the comic community. Yeah, you heard it right. And we're going to get into it in a minute, but let's get into this chat real quick. Let's see who's in the building showing love. Got to give a shout out to the homie Back Issue Paulies. Come on now. This brother, we were chilling up in the this Saturday or last Saturday. We was over at King Kong and we had a blast, man. We had a blast. People don't know, bro. We went outside. We had some shots. We was having a great time, bro. That's my drinking buddy in all conventions now. Go ahead, Jack. Go there. We're gonna have some shots. Of course, we got Jason, delinquent. What's good, my brother?
Yeah,
how you doing, man? Big Jason in the building. Then we got, of course, Big Daddy in the building. Salute.
John, what's happening, brother?
Appreciate you. Yeah, of course. Shout out to Steve. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for stopping through. Then we got Nigel. Big Nige. What's up, brother? Chilling.
Most interesting man in the world. Always traveling.
Yeah, exactly, right? Shout out to Sheena. What's good, sis? Appreciate you always showing love. Thank you so much for stopping through. Oh, we got Mama Comics. Hey, Lucy, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for that. Let's see who else we got here. Oh, jumped on me. Got the chat here. All right, we got the chef in the building. R.D. Harris was good, brother. Appreciate you stopping by, man. So looks like we're caught up for now. We'll come back to the chat. Salute to everybody. Looks like they're all bigging each other up in here. That's right. Mingo chatted on people because we're about to get into it. Before we get into it, I do want to just give a quick salute. I know Ian, he's not going to be able to drink because, he does have to meet a client. He's still basically working. So salute to everybody who's in the chat who's having a drink. Right. Come on, you got to throw something. There we go. That's a good one too.
I got that one right
DMC.
there.
Ooh, there you go. That's how you do it. Salute.
I know Jason's somewhere out there drinking a Stella right now.
Oh yeah, he got an OE. He got a 40 ounce of OE. Jason, he's a delinquent, bro. I'm telling you, watch out for that guy. He will rob you. So today's topic, I'm excited. I just want to jump right into it, man. I keep mentioning the topic because, I've been itching at it. I know me and Paul been itching at it for a minute. We always talk about it on the sidelines. And basically, what we want to talk about today is CGC and how, hold on a second. I think I missed somebody real quick. All right, let's give a shout out to SSG, Uzumaki.
Uzumaki.
Uzumaki. Salute.
Uzumaki. There you go.
Uzumaki. There you go. Salute, brother. Appreciate you. So yeah, man, let's get into it. Because look, I'm not gonna get too far into it because I do want to just give like a general, you know, census of, let's say, of how I feel about CGC. I don't want to get too deep, you know, coming out the gate, but I do feel that CGC is a third-party entity that dictates and controls the economic, how you could say, stability of comic collecting. You know, it's a third-party entity that tells you, and then it's not even a standard, right? There's no real standard. There's no standard. There's no standard. So you have a third-party entity that lacks a standard that dictates a value of your collection and where you at in your collection, you know, and that dictates it's money. It all falls down to economics. It's all about the money, right? Because CGC is about money. It has nothing to do with the books. Absolutely nothing to do with the books. It's about money. Because when you send a book to CGC, your only reason why you're going to send it to CGC is because you're looking at some profit at the end of the day. At some point, you're going to eventually, there's a profit behind that. So, and what dictates that is a number, 8.5, 8.3, 9.2. You know, these are the things, these numbers now are the dictators of how can I say, your livelihood, basically. You know what I mean? Or how your collection is perceived, because you have people who collect books and they have all these and then they look at your shit like, you know, oh, hold on, salute my brother. It's another Comic Relief associate, my fellow co-host. Shout out to Scheme Riches. You know, yeah, we cracking slabs all day here. You know that. So basically, is what that's my thing. I don't want to get too more into it because I want to give the rest of you guys a chance, and then we just keep going with it. But that's how I look at this. And when I see that, it is very hard for me to keep going along with this, because it's especially with all the complaints, like what we were just discussing earlier. It's going to take a while to come back and all this stuff. And then now you can't even press or fucking clean your shit because now they're going to reject it. And that's a whole nother thing. Like that, I don't even know how that works, because to my mind, it's like, how the fuck they're going to know that? Who's going to quality check that? Who's going to check to see if that book was cleaned and pressed before you had it?
What?
Like, how the hell they going to, how they don't know. You could have just got it that way and send it in, or you had that book for that long. Is that clean and pressed?
Supposedly the reason behind pressing not being considered restoration or whatever is because you can't detect it. So how can they then say,
right,
you know,
this was pressed? Like, how the fuck they're gonna like say that? Or this was clean? Like, how you and we ain't do it or whatever? Or like, this is some monopoly ass Bogarden bullshit. Like, they're straight up like cornering the market. They are becoming a monster that people continually keep feeding, and that's just the thing. You can't,
some people continue to feed.
Some people, right? Because I know. Right. And I know PJ, he's a reborn slabber.
Yeah, I started to get roped into it.
He was in the Slab Nation, and then he, was baptized.
Traveled a dark path for a little bit, but I came back, I got reborn.
We found him in the corner shivering, and we were just, we just kept feeding him a bunch of like Claremont and Burns, and we're like, come back, read the raws, look at the raw books, smell them. And he came back and he was reborn. Then he was baptized in a tub of just comic books, of raw books. They just baptized them. But getting back to the subject, guys. So Paul, that's my take on it. I'm not gonna get any deeper because I could keep going all fucking night with this. But Paul, what's your take? Give me a quick synopsis on your take on whole CGC monster.
Just like quick, like, so we just briefly mentioned, like at one point I had probably like 50 slabs. I started picking them up mostly for my X-Men run, because that's like my X-Men's my shit. That's what I collect. That's my favorite book. So I started deciding like maybe I'll try to get the key issues or like the Claremont Burn run slabbed. And anyway, after doing that for a little bit, what I started to realize is I didn't like care about those books anymore. Like they weren't even part of my collection. They were off in their own box. They were, when I was, and I'm always going through books, all these boxes back here, I'm always shuffling them, digging through them. But the ones with the slabs were just collecting dust. Like I didn't even care about them no more. And just seemed like that's not the way I want to collect books. I don't enjoy that. What good's having this book? I can't even like touch it. I'm not even like looking at it because it's in a slab and it don't fit with the rest of my, the majority. Obviously, I got thousands of comics. I have 50 slabs, so it's not like they were just like oddball to me, and it just seemed like. And then the other thing that happened with slabs, like you were saying, it's all about the money. So as I started to get more slabs, I started to realize I started almost focusing a little bit on like the value of books. Like I never collected for money. Like I have some books that are worth some money, but that was never my goal. That's not my motivation. It's still not my motivation. If anything, the reason I don't have books is because they're expensive. That's not like why I want them. So it just, I had to break away from that. So thankfully I had like an epiphany earlier this year, and I just was like, you know what? No more slabs. I'm just gonna start cracking out the shit I have, or some of them I sold. Like a Nigel bought, picked up one of my slabs because it just, it wouldn't have been smart to crack that one. But in general, I pretty much busted them all out. So, and but the slabbing thing is just to me, it's a separate aspect of like collecting, if you want to call it that. Real kind of, to me, old school comic collectors, we don't really have any use for a slab, to be honest. I mean, it's just not something,
Well, when you take money out of the equation, when you take money, the slab is worthless.
Books. I just
when
want
you
the
take
book.
money out the equation, the slab is worthless. You know what I mean? It has no value unless it's something that has, generates money. If you take away that aspect of it and just make it as about just having a book in great shape, because that's another thing. People think because we don't do slabs that I buy beat up books. Fuck no.
I had a guy comment some shit like that. Right. Oh, you keep your pile of VGs. It's like, man,
VG, like, boy, you better stop that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pick up the cleanest books possible. I want the best books possible in my collection. You know what I mean? And I'm still gonna read them. I'm still gonna thumb through it. That's not gonna change. But other than that, Hood Rat, Ian, I see slabs behind you.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm so tempted to like just take you right out. You know what? As a matter of fact, that's it. I can't look at those slabs anymore. I'm done. I can't look at those slabs.
Bro, I ain't a comic racist, bro. Like that's, what I'm saying? I'm just, playing like, I'm not, I like slabs and I like my books like raw, like anytime I get a big book, I read it before I slab it. I read it maybe 2 or 3 times. I just gotta, I just got an FF48 and FF49, man, and I read them. Like I actually read them like to open up, and I read them 2 or 3 times to make sure I understand the story, and then I press them myself. And
right.
CGC,
That's right. I see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I press all my books, man, and I love the challenge of pressing. I love the technicality. I love the science, man, and I love to like send it, and I like to see what it is coming back. And I ain't lying, bro. I like to see the price too. I like to see the price tag when I get like,
of course,
a 7.5. Like
I ain't lying. Of course. That's if you're in that game. That's the game. Yeah, the CGC slab game has nothing to do about the book. Because when you look at people and they get a slab back, when they look at the book, the first thing they're thinking of that number or that label. They want to make sure whether it's a blue label and if it's signed, that nice little gold label. But when you see that blue label and it's a 9.8, in your mind, 9.8 is ching ching 9.8.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Man.
Instead of being like, wow, that book is in fucking super great shape, man. I got a fucking 9.8 book in my collection instead of a 9.8 slab that I'm gonna that is just a money value. It's just a one big like money sign. It's not even like the book anymore. Like no one gives a shit about the book inside. It's all about that 9.8, that number. That's what's fucking up the game. That's what's and let's not get into the handling of these fucking slabs. I don't even want to get there. It's still too early. We're gonna do that a little later. It's still too early because we got a whole lot of fucking shit to say about that. You guys are just out of control with that shit now. It's like a fucking fad going on. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Bro, you got your hazmat suit, right, Ian? I know you had to put on a whole suit just to put them slabs up.
Bro, you saw if any of you guys saw my pressing video, I don't wear gloves. Like I don't wear gloves when I press my
That's right.
and I put a disclaimer on my video too. I said don't go hating on me, motherfuckers. You know, just because I'm not wearing no gloves. Because bro, they hate will come, bro. They hate will come, but they'll be like, oh, you're gonna put like thumbprints on it, whatever, bro. Like,
so
I've never put
fucking
a thumbprint on my book, bro. Like,
how? How?
Huh?
You know what it's called?
Wash your
fucking hands, guys. It's very simple.
Man.
No one is telling you to eat a fucking double fucking bacon cheeseburger with fucking nacho fries and a chili cheese dog and then go read your fucking comic or go fucking, you know, organize them. No one is saying that. Wash your hand. I don't care if I even already washed my hands an hour ago and I know that I grabbed a cup of water or a drink. I'm still going to wash my hands when I'm like, yo, I'm going to go read some books or I'm going to go, you know, re-sleeve some books or organize. I'm going to wash my hands. Every time before I go fuck with my books, I wash my hands. And that's all that needs to be done. Your oil, trust me, it's not acid. It's not going to fucking fade the books, not going to kill the shit. It's not, as long as you take care of your hands, you wash, and then, you know, make sure you don't moisturize for some of you ashy motherfuckers. Keep that afterwards. Don't put the lotion on, before you read the book because you're going to fuck it up. Quick, here, hold on a second. I just saw somebody in the building here. Just saw somebody in the building. Hold on a second. Got to give a shout out real quick. 2 people, because I got to give a shout out to Moonlit, because that's family. Moonlit is definitely family up here. And she giving a shout out to Justin, who's, of course, you know, Comic Relief family. So shout out to both of y'all. Appreciate y'all always coming through, showing love.
I like Chef. What Chef just said. What's the difference between a 9.6 and a 9.8? I have no fucking idea, bro.
Dude,
I have no idea. I don't even lie, bro.
What is that? What is that?
I seen it once. So I have like 3 9.8s, you know, UF4s, and I have 1 9.6. And I looked at the difference. What happened is that there's staple rub. So it rubbed against the book, and it made a staple rub. So I was like, oh, okay, but does that really make it a fucking 9.6, bro? Like, it's a perfect book.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like,
how about this?
Damn.
I have guys DM me stuff, you know, that I'm like, yo, I love to hear stories when, like, crazy stuff, that he got a 9.8. Of course, it was like a modern, you know, Venom, something new, but it had, in the back cover was a color rub. You saw it clearly on the back, color rub, and it had at least, I'm going to say, 4 to 5 baby little ticks on the spine. It was an all black cover, all black spine, and you see these little baby ticks on them. A fucking 9.8 with a color rub. Bro, you know,
let me go grab on my. I'm gonna flip you out, bro. Let me stop my camera, grab on my slabs. You're gonna flip out on this fucking shit. Watch this, guys.
Okay, we gotta see this. See, now this is what we're talking about here. For those of you who just jumping in, shout out to everybody in here. We got 21 people in the building. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you for coming down, because this is a serious topic. Because this is a topic that right now is really dictating where you spend your money and how you collect, you know, and how you approach this, you know. So it's, you know, this is a serious topic here. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about. Talk to me.
That's a 9.8 right there. That's a 9.8.
Okay.
You see the waves? You see the waves?
Nope.
They still give me a 9.8.
Okay. Now I heard that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, that should have been a 9.6.
See, I heard, from what I heard,
that you see it right there?
That's a printing that comes from the printing. So I heard that when it's a printing wave like that it's acceptable, but you see, that's the bullshit. There you go with the lack of a standard.
No, this was not a printing error. This is a me error. I hydrated it way too much, and that's what happens when you do to modern books. If you leave this fucking book in your hydration chamber for more than 30 minutes, you can't. It's hard to get that wave out. And what happened is I fucking totally forgot about it. This fucking.
Hold on a second. Let's take it back. Let's take it back.
I'm saying. I'm being real, though. I'm being real.
Hold on. You just said some shit right now that done fuck my head up right now. Hold on a second. Shout out, yo, Marshall. Hold on a second. You said a motherfucking hydration chamber, bro?
You growing weed or you pressing books? What the fuck?
Yo, bro, are you preserving cigars? Like, what the fuck?
Bro.
It's a mother. Hold on a second. You trying to?
I got a whole fucking cooler that's a hydration chamber, bro.
Bro, you trying to? Yeah. Oh Lord. Okay.
No, but
all right.
This is a presser mistake.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, yo. Let me ask you this. Hold on. Shout out to Albert. Exactly. Hydrate, Albert. Bro, as long as I've been doing this, I've never heard of it.
But that's still a 9.8.
You see, that's bullshit. Going back to that, we'll come back to that hydration chamber later. But That right there is bullshit. If you did that yourself, that's bullshit, because that makes it even more bullshit. And that shows how much of a lack of a standard they have. And people always come and be like, oh, well, you know, that's just where they great. You got to understand, man, you cannot tell me that book is what it is when you show that book to 10 different people and you're going to get at least fucking 8 different fucking grades. So
it's
don't
9.8, bro.
Don't right, exactly. But now if another guy who was just a little bit more critical, he probably would have saw that and would have been like, oh no, a 9.4. You know what I mean? Or 9.6. You know, but the guy who got it, or maybe the guy who got it just at that moment didn't give a fuck. Maybe his ass was tired of looking at books and he was just like, you know what, fuck it, 9.8, nigga, Merry Christmas. Here you go.
Yeah, I can give a fuck what they gave me on this though, because Nas is my motherfucking G, bro. Like Nas is my. Of course. Now let me ask you this. I grew up on Nas, bro. So like, and I even let me ask you this. I ain't selling this shit ever. I ain't selling it ever. Just,
let me ask you this. So you appreciate that book more now that it was slabbed, or before it was slabbed? Because you just said Nas was your man and all that.
But I can read a Spider-Man #1 that I have. I don't have to read the variant. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, to me, like that's on the wall. It's on the wall for my kid because my kid's a big Spider-Man fan.
Yeah. No, I get that.
He has it all across.
I see a lot of people say that though. You know, they can display them, and it's like, well, I can fucking hang a raw book up too.
You can.
Right. I mean, come on, guys. I mean,
but I
we could do it all day.
So when I press this out, right, like what happens is like it looks real clean when you leave, but if it sits in the fucking warehouse at CGC, then if you're a bad presser like I was, I won't even lie, bro. Like
I gotta get a press. I definitely gotta get a press, man.
You know, the waves come back out if you didn't do it right, and they did. You know, but hey, man, if you're gonna give me a 9.8, shit, I'll take a 9.8. You know, like.
Well, I was reading some guys complain about CGC, saying kind of what you said, like they had books pressed, but CGC took so fucking long to grade them. I guess they were sitting around so long that like. So they got the books back at a much lower grade than they thought. And when they looked in the slab, they could kind of see shit that they thought they pressed out. But I guess it came back because they took too long to grade it, I guess.
Bro, I won't even lie, man. I had this one fucking book. It was the X-Men with X-23 by Momoko. You remember that book?
Who you said?
Yeah,
Momoko? We don't mention that name.
Okay,
triggered me, bro. I'm triggered right now. I'm triggered.
This is an example. So I sent it to CGC. So it went to Japan. I'm gonna say Japan, and then it came back to CGC. You know, and that shit was clean, bro. Like I pressed it, it was all fine, bro. The fucking thing had a dent, and I got a 9.6 on it. Where does dent come from? You know, maybe you know it happened in Japan. But maybe it happened at CGC, you know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people take pictures before they send their shit out, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. The fucking the actual, you know, plastic case on it, you know, when you grade it. Now, this is my thing. Like people sell it for cheap because it has a little crack or something. You know what I mean? Like, but who gives a fuck? It's the casing that's fucked. Like, who cares? Like, so what? It has a crack or like a little chip in the corner or little like those things to me is like, isn't it about, once again, that takes away from the book?
Yeah.
Isn't it about the fucking book? Who gives a fuck if the plastic casing has some damage to it or motherfucking fingerprints? God forbid.
Oh, I had a friend. I had fingerprints
on it. You know what I mean?
I had one of my Insta homies send me a DM today, and he's like, "What do you think, man? I should price this at because there's some scuffs on my slab." I'm like, "Bro, if it's a fucking 9.8, it's a 9.8. Who gives a fuck? You know, like charge a 9.8 price, bro. You know, because." You know, they're gonna take off like $200 off the slab, and then they're gonna take it and re-slab and send it back and get a 9.8. And it's bullshit. So to me, man, it's like I don't care if it's cracked, bro.
Yeah, but
right. That defeats the purpose of. Isn't that? I'm sorry, PJ. What you were saying?
No, I was gonna say Chef Harris. He commented that a little while back, talking about how a 9.6 could be like $250, and the 9.8 is like $800. It's like fucking retarded. It's literally 0.2, and if you switch the books, they're probably the same. Like there's no distinction between the two books, other than on that day these dudes thought it was a 9.8, and on this day I guess there's 3 dudes. I guess how they do it, and they come up with consensus.
You want to talk about that? You talk about the Invincible Iron Man number 9, the Iron Man. A 9.6 could go for you get like maybe 1,100 for a 9.6. If you get a 9.8, you get a 5,500. It's a big fucking difference, bro.
Stupid. In my opinion, let's do
so
that.
then
I know.
This book right here should be motherfucking mint because I bought this book when it came out, got it off the rack.
It's not wavy either, bro. Like
I've never opened this book.
That's the real 9/8 right there.
That's the real 9/8, bro.
Never read this shit. Never read it. You know what I mean? So this motherfucker, if I said it'll come back mint, or it'll come back a 9/8, or some dickhead who's in a bad mood will give me a fucking 9/6, you know, because he just don't feel like giving out a 9/8 that day. You know, because like we said, there is no standard to this shit. Motherfuckers.
There ain't no standard, bro. I mean,
okay. And then now with that whole fucking thing that they're telling you with the pressing and the cleaning and the restoring, like, dude, it's a fucking, man. It's a monopoly, bro. It's a fucking
those guys. They press, bro. They press the books. You know, the thing about it is like when they tell me when CGC goes, I press your books. Like I'm wondering. Well, it takes me one day. One full 24-hour cycle to press a book. Seriously, it takes that one. So how many fucking presses do you have? Are you just fucking throwing it as a cold press? Don't even hydrate the motherfucker and just throw it in, and then you charge the motherfuckers like $20 to press? Like that's some highway robbery, bro. And then they'll be like this,
complaining that they don't think their books actually really did get pressed. They paid for it. But they got the books back, and it had like the same.
You know that happened.
Robbery, bro. It's
you know
robbery,
that happened. But you fucking people keep feeding the fucking beast. Y'all keep sending it in. So it's like,
game, bro. It's a mind game.
And you know what? And it is. And it's psychologically fucking like fucking y'all up. Like think about it. This shit is psychological, man. You know what I mean? Like when you go down to the core of it, you know, it's psychological. It's tribal. You know, it's almost like it's like you want to be a part of the tribe and shit. Like it's like to have some type of acceptance.
We all see the same guys, right? You see them on on IG, they're stressing about it's only a 9.4. I want a 9.6. I got to upgrade to a 9.6. It's like you got a fucking 9.4. Probably is a
9.4, bro. Like that's amazing. Like you got a great fucking clean, super clean book in your collection.
But
you should be fucking thankful.
In their head, and they fuck with them.
And then now it's not about the book. It goes back to that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ian.
No. Back to them. This is my fucking gripe with CBC. So the mind game is like, okay, I'm gonna send and pay for the press. You know, and then they're going to give me a higher grade because I pressed with CGC because, you know, I fucking sucked their dick a little bit. You know,
everybody thinks that. They're going to get a little more.
Yeah. It's been going down heavy, though. And I see a lot. And then not only do you get a lot of dick sucking, but you see a lot of jerk circles. So you see a whole bunch of motherfuckers that everybody's showing each other their slab and they're like jerking each other off like, oh, shit, that's fucking awesome. And it's like, yo, bro, once again, everybody in that circle, everybody's bitching and complaining. Everybody's fucking nagging and, oh, my God, they're fucking this and that. Because once again, it has nothing to do. If you really gave a fuck about those books, you would never send it in. You would never send it in because it's not about the book. And that's something that we're losing today. It has nothing to do about the book anymore. It has to do with how much money you could get from that book.
Bro,
that's all it is.
Disclaimer on me, bro. You guys all know I'm super transparent that I sell my books, bro. I sell books to buy. I sell moderns to buy my Silver Age, and I never get rid of my Silver Age, bro. Like I'm just super fucking honest, bro. Like on my show, when I was at the other show, and this, and right here, I'm telling y'all. So I'm an investing motherfucker, so of course I'm gonna slap my books, bro. And then of course I'm gonna sell them. Like,
and at least you admit that. At least you admit
that. But not this or that right there, that Hulk, because I actually wanted to press that Hulk because I wanted to retain its condition. I also have a FF4948 that there's a little fungus kind of growing in it, and if I slab it, it'll stop. So I have to slab that shit as quickly as possible just to save the book, you know, from fucking just dying. You know,
you definitely don't want to hydrate that motherfucker. You're gonna feed that fungus.
That fucking fungus, bro. That fungus.
You're gonna start growing mushrooms on that motherfucker, getting high off that.
I'm honest, bro. You know I'm honest, bro. Like this motherfucker just got to keep it honest, bro. Like
I feel like most guys are like you though. Like if they're trying to flip and turn books, slabbing is the best way for you to like.
Well, of course, that's the obvious way. You know, to make the most. That's a given. You know, I mean, I get that, but the problem is that you have guys who can't admit that. You got people who can't just come out and say that, like, bro, you can't, you know, they want to be like, no. It's about the book. That's why I'm protecting it. Motherfucker, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You not doing it to protect the book, okay? Because there's been plenty of PJ, me, I'm pretty sure you do. I got books that are over 30 years in my collection that I said, that books that you've read once, twice, 3 times, you took care of them, you put them away.
Back then.
Right, and you pull it out like, shut, nigga, I got fucking.
Hold on.
Yeah, there you go. But like, dude, I got books. PJ, we've always said it all the time. Like, so don't come at me with that bullshit about you only doing the preserving. No, don't want to hear that shit. Bullshit. Yo, shout out to No Good, because you know No Good be killing it with the digital. So where all the digital people, show some love. Where you at? You know what I'm saying?
So yo, man, I mean, I do both. I mean, I told you I sell books, and then I slab my silvers just to retain its condition. But I also collect books, bro. Like I went to a fucking estate sale and bought this motherfucking book, bro. This is a book from 1921, a fucking 100-year-old book, bro.
Look at it,
100-year-old book. Look at this, but look at this shit, bro. Like, and look at it. Look at the color on that shit, bro. Look at that. That shit's 100 years old, bro.
Wow,
like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, am I gonna slab this one? If I could, maybe, but no, because I want to read this to my kids. You know, like, first of all,
that's the thing.
I'm an investor too. But I'm an investing motherfucker too. Like, I bought this for $10.
Right.
I could sell it for $150, bro. Like, if I could, you know, like if my kid grows up and it's a 130-year-old book, maybe I'll sell it for $200, bro. Like, I'm just being real. Like, you know, I ain't trying to lie, bro. I know a lot of people try to front, man, but you know,
that's the part right there. And then when you got the fronters, and then you have the ones, this leads into it now, because we're already halfway through this. So I feel like we should start talking about this now. Now, how to handle your stuff. This is where the fronting comes in. This is where the people who cannot admit that what they're doing is based on just monetary gain. It has nothing to do about the book, about the collection, has nothing to do about that. It's monetary gain. The motherfuckers who want to put on a show because it seems to be something that's going on now. You know, they want to fucking wear gloves. I don't know what it is. Like, if y'all in here, please tell me, like, what is the purpose of wearing gloves to hold a slab that's designed? That's the purpose of it, is to protect it from everything. I mean, water, not a fire, but I mean, pretty much anything. You know what I mean? You could beat it, and the book will still be in good shape. You see, when we cracking shit, we be breaking shit open, and the books are great, and they still vacuum sealed inside. What's the purpose of wearing gloves to handle your slabs? Even just handling raw books, to me, it doesn't make sense, because once again, soap and water handles that.
I think some people just wear gloves for the video, bro, and then
it's all show, and that's what I'm saying. It's a fucking show. It's becoming a show. It's not about anything else other than a show. You know, and yeah, exactly. We're gonna get them a suit, man. That's okay. That leads into why me and PJ were doing our little skits, and we continue to do them, because we're kind of like making fun of it, because we want you guys to realize how silly it looks when you're handling something that is designed to protect your book with an extra. That's like wearing, like I said, that's like putting on a seatbelt outside of a car. That's like wearing a condom to bed. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make fucking sense. You're overkill, fam, and it's all for show.
But that's the thing, right? So I see. So someone commented back here, Matt Wood, you say slabs to maximize the value. Like, I get that, but at some point, I just feel like enough being obsessed with the value all the time. I mean, I don't know. That's like a separate thing. I don't know if they're comic collectors or what you want to call them, investors, businessmen, sellers. But if your focus, your goal all the time is how much is my book worth? How much is my book? Like, it just loses like that enjoyment. At least for me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, then you could just be trading fucking anything, stocks, selling gold. I mean, whatever. It's crypto, whatever guys doing now.
Do all that shit, bro.
It's like, just fucking enjoy your books, man. God damn, I've been collecting comics almost 40 years. I love my comic books. I'm not obsessed. I don't. And I got books that are heavy and worth my eating on slabs.
No, it's listen, once again, let's reiterate. I forgot to do the disclaimer before we started. We're not here to hurt nobody's feeling. We're not here to call you out. We're not calling out your mama. We ain't telling you, you know what I'm saying? You soft, son, none of that. What we're saying is that you have a bad habit when it comes to your collecting. You know what I mean? And you're feeding a monster that is only going to continue to bite your ass. It's not going to change. You can't. It's like when you protest against the government about your rights. Once the government starts taking rights, and you're like, okay, but I'll let that one slide. And then another right, and then next thing you know, we back in the fucking plantation. You know what I mean? Because you guys were caught up.
I've asked many times on different posts. I've asked many times, and I know Nigel's big on Sig series, Chetty Knight, other guys. Who decided that it's okay for all that writing on the cover and still get a 9.8 as long as it's
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like I scribbled all over,
great point.
Be a 9.8.
That's a great
point. They always say, well, that's how it is. That's the rules. But like, who made that fucking rule? I just want to know. Is it
the motherfucker who has a pedigree collection and has a bunch of writing? And wants to get
so how can you get 9.8 with 4 signatures on it? It doesn't even make sense to me.
Old school.
When you know what gets me though, PJ? I mean, the motherfucking shit, bro. Like if you don't get it verified by CGC when they're witnessing, you get a purple, right? But if there's a signature on the inside of the book, it passes. What the fuck is that shit, bro? That's some bullshit to me, bro. Like if writing on the cover, writing on the inside of the book, the same fucking thing, man.
I just figured if there's fucking writing on the cover, there's writing on the cover. I don't give a fuck who wrote on it.
Right.
Yeah. And you decided it's okay if it's
that's what I'm saying.
You're fucking up the cover. You're ruining beautiful artwork with all this writing, and especially when they like do their little penciling there, and they do a little figure or head or something, and it's like, nah, man, you're fucking it up, man. Leave that shit alone. Like I was telling a PJ, right, the other day, I was like, you know what I was thinking? If I ever do get something signed, because I'm not a signature chaser, you know what I mean? So if I ever do get something signed, I would want to do it like on a cool splash page or like one of those single full panels, like inside the book. Like I thought that would be dope. You know what I mean? So when you go through the book, you open it, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, that's right. Got that dope signature in there, you know, and it's cool. And then you take your picture with them, and that's a memory you take with you. You put it away. You show your kids when you're older. Yeah, you know what I mean? Look, pull out this book. Go to this box. Pull it out. Go to this page. You see that signature? You see this picture? That was me with Claremont. That was me,
thing, right? Like you meet the guy,
but that, to me, that's priceless. You know what I mean? But when you we got to a point, and that's how it was back in the days. You just did it because you wanted to have that moment with your creator, with that person, that art that meant a lot to you, that you felt like, man, I love the art, I love the writing, I love whatever it was that brought you to that creator and that writer, whatever it is. You wanted to have that moment with them, so you could always cherish that moment and that memory you had, and you loved it. You know, that's part of what collecting was. But when now it turns to you standing on the line for fucking 6 hours just to flip that shit, just
but so they don't even do that anymore. The CGC does those fucking.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Send your books in. They
now
get
that we back from the pandemic, you know what I mean. But before, during the pandemic, exactly, you just skip that shit in. And you just get your shit signed.
These guys with their 3 or 4 SIGs and all that bullshit.
Right, like that shit is corny, man. Like,
as long as
man, that's not how it's done. That's not how it's done. You know what I mean? And it's okay to have an opinion, guys. And like we said, we're not experts, we're not professionals. We're going based on our own livelihood and experience or how we collect. And as you see here on this panel, we all have a different mindset of how we collect. But at the end of the day, we kind of have a common ground. If I could say that. We kind of have a common ground that we understand that there's a monster, you know what I mean, that's eating away, you know, at the comic community. And that's something that I think that what we got here, I paid $750.
I think he's joking.
Nah, you playing games, bro. You playing games. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
You know what I hate the most? You know what I hate the most in life, bro? Is fucking middlemen, bro. I hate fucking banks. I hate fucking real estate agents, bro. I hate fucking all these middlemen. What the fuck? CGC is a motherfucking middleman, bro. Like,
right, exactly. And one, like, look, just real quick, shout out to Sove, man. You know, just what we were just saying, you know, and that's something that it's, you know, I think that has way more value than any book that you sell that you got signed, because, you know, this is what it's about.
Right, that has value to you, though.
Right, and that means more than anything. You know what I mean? Look, yeah, that's the CGC's latest offer. You see what I'm saying?
$750.
This is a fucking racket. They got a fucking racket going, insane, and the people keep feeding these motherfuckers. They're not gonna go away until we stop supporting them. you know, until, well, not me, I don't, but
well, I might add,
guys,
who the fuck would want him signing an Iron Man comic? He's not a writer, he's not an artist, he's never worked for fucking Marvel Comics because he's a fucking actor who played Iron Man. What the hell do I want him writing?
Exactly. Like, but see that there you go. It's
that's me.
You're looking at now, no, that's catering to the MCU guys. You know, people who came on because they just started watching the movie and they were like, oh, they got introduced to comic books. So that's like, to them, it's like Robert Downey Jr. to sign my, you know, Iron Man, like, hell yeah.
No, but
you
like,
know what I mean? So they're catering to that crowd, you know?
You know what I mean? Some other actor will be Iron. Like, I think I saw somewhere there's an AF-15 signed by Tom Holland. You know what I mean? Like, how fucking stupid is that? Besides they defacing like a classic book, it's like someone else will be Spider-Man in 30 years, not fucking Tom Holland. No one's even gonna know who he is.
Word. Exactly. Like, who gives a fuck about these guys? But you're never gonna forget about Claremont, Burns, all the greats. You know what I mean?
You know,
you're not gonna forget none of the greats. You know, but these guys, you forget about them.
The signing is, I mean, for me personally, I don't, no, people may disagree, but when you get a book signed, it's all about the experience, bro. I don't want to send to fucking CGC. What type of experience is that shit, you know? I mean, one of the best signs I ever been to was with Donnie Cates, bro. And me and Donnie Cates were just talking about barbecue for 10 minutes, bro. And everybody's just like, when the fuck you gonna move? You know, like, I'll always remember that, man. He's like, here's the spots when you come to Austin, bro. I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. You know, like,
right.
I mean, it's about the experience though, right? Like, I mean, if you send your book to CGC, you're just trying to make money. And I have, and I want to try and make some money. No, I have. I mean,
that's the only think about it.
That's the
only reason why you care about a grade. Don't.
Right. Yeah.
If you tell me anything other than it's because of the money, not only are you lying to me, you're lying to yourself, bro. Like, I'm looking in the camera right now. Stop lying to yourself.
And
the only reason why you do this is for dinero, money.
And that's why usually the slab dudes,
nothing to do with that.
Dudes have that, like,
see,
they got that air of superiority about them. They feel like they're, I don't know, maybe you know what? Maybe that's just me taking it that way.
No. You get that too.
Like that. My shit is high level, better than your raw shit.
Yeah, bro.
You commented on high level BG, you know.
But I take it back. Because I know there's some cats here in the chat that actually slab and don't sell their books. I know some cats that are real collectors that slab their books and don't sell them. You know, like, but that's like 1%, bro. The rest of 99 motherfuckers are like me.
Very small percentage.
It's like 1%, bro. You know?
It's a very small, and it's so small that I can't even like acknowledge it. You know, that's how small it is because I can't even like.
I only know one person, and that one person knows who he is in the chat that doesn't sell his books that are slab. I ain't gonna call anybody out.
Right,
but
dude.
He knows he's a real collector.
Listen,
he's a real collector. You know. That's
PJ,
slab. That's slab.
PJ, me and PJ have a slab that we won't crack. Okay. And it's because it's sentimental value. You know what I mean? There's so much sentimental value to that slab, you know, that to us, we won't crack it because of the sentimental value of it, that we just want to make sure 100% that book stays like that. You know what I mean? Because it's a sentimental thing about it. And of course it has value. You know, well, he has X-Men 1, so I mean,
yeah, I can't really in good conscience crack that one out, I guess.
Exactly. Like that would be see, there's one thing about being conscious, there's another thing about being foolish. You know what I mean? And no one is foolish here. We're not saying that we you know that every slab should be cracked and everybody who has a slab should you know, they just no. But we understand that there are people who don't. But that percentage is so small that when I say that if you go and grade your shit, you're gonna sell it, I can't even put them in that. You know, I can't even acknowledge them because there's such a limited amount of people who have slabs and don't sell them that it's no point in even mentioning them because it's like, because everybody you see is about the money.
Everybody they're always complaining.
And that's another thing. Stop complaining, man.
Fucked up. They take too long. You know, it's like if I went and ate at a restaurant, every time I fucking went there, the food was shitty. I would just stop going there. I don't keep fucking going there to eat. These guys will complain about CGC all day. Like Morbius always says, you know, the motherfuckers the next week are sending their batch to CGC.
Right.
Because they're addicted to the money.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, one thing I don't like is the hypocrisy in the community. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much of it in the sense that Well, and I'm not talking about like, you know, anything personal. I'm talking about when it comes to your slabs. There's so much hypocrisy because you got certain people that come on, they talk so much shit. I mean, they make videos, they go into it, they show you all this shit, and then they fucking talking about how they're waiting on their slab. Like, bro, you can't listen, you can't complain. You cannot bitch about something that you're participating in. You can't, that is not allowed. Like, you just gotta eat it, deal with it. Stay quiet and be like, you know what?
As long as you're honest with yourself and the people you
and if you get if somebody comes and goes to pull your car, just be honest and be like, yo, you know what? Yeah, this is why I do it, and I respect that. But when you and this, I don't know if they're in here. I see 19 people. If you're in here, they know that I hit people up in the DMs. If I see you handling your shit with gloves and going all this crazy shit, best believe I'm gonna reach out. If we and you like connect on that level, I don't care if you're some person that I don't really interact with, whatever, that's on you. But if we interact, or if I bet you in a con, I'm gonna approach you. I'm gonna be like, yo, because I'm trying to figure out why. You know, so the only way to find out why is go to the source. So I'm gonna ask you, why the fuck are you wearing gloves holding a slab? Please enlighten me.
What? Wearing a glove to hold it?
Right, exactly.
Are you for real?
Enlighten me. Enlighten me. You know, what do I don't know? I've had people tell me, oh, the fingerprints, like I have to wipe. Bro.
Well, listen, like, CGC is just such a racket, right? They grade the book, they sell for a certain amount based on the grade. But then, like we were talking earlier about, if the slab is scuffed, it sells for less. The person will buy it and resubmit it to them, and they can get it reholdered, I guess is the fucking terminology. So it's like a fucking racket, because they know the dudes value even the condition of the slab. Fuck the book, just the slab. So they can they're reholdering books for no fucking reason. Like, the grade is still valid. What do you care if the case has a scratch, or you know? What I did notice on my Hulk 181 when it was graded is it came back with all that what do they call fucking Newton rings. I guess it looked like shit. The book, the whole center of the cover was awful. Looked like it was fucking like water. You know, I mean, it's like people pay good money. I paid good money to get the few books so I had like 50-ish slab, full disclosure, like I said earlier. But I only submitted about like 3 or 4 books myself to get graded. That was being one of them. And I paid good money to get that book fucking graded, like $100 to get like fast pass or fast track, whatever the fuck they call it, and get fast. So I paid like $100, and I got it back with all Newton rain, look like shit. I mean, it's just like, come on now. But they'll keep, like we said already, the slabbers will just keep going back, keep going back, man.
You
they have no motivation to change.
They're gonna keep taking advantage of us until we take a step. Not we. I keep saying we because I'm not a slabber. I don't send my stuff, but somebody like you, Ian, and the rest of the people who in here who slab to sell or slab to invest. It's like, bro, you gotta just stop. If you shut them down, they'll get the message. You know, and now that they're now even cornering the market when it comes to now rejecting stuff based on, you know, pressing and cleaning and restore. Like, now they're getting ridiculous. To me, it's almost like some fucking like, you know, it's like some Gestapo. Like, they're just like, you know, bro, we don't give a. They don't give a fuck. Basically, they're telling you in your face, I don't give a fuck how you feel. This is the way it is, and you know why I'm telling you this? Because you're gonna send me your fucking books anyway. You know what I mean? Because you're not gonna send it to nowhere else, and the market has already been created where this third party entity can make you money based on their lack of no standard and their bullshit shenanigans. You know, but money is the bottom dollar, of course.
And when people tell CGC people, well, why don't you try CBCS? When they complain about CGC, they tell them CBCS. You know what the first fucking reply is? CBCS is sell for less. It's all about the fucking money again.
Right there.
That's what it is. It's ridiculous. So listen, you know how many CBC?
You ain't lying, bro. That's why I don't send a CBCS, because I'd rather just do CGC, bro, because it's gonna be worth more. I ain't lying.
Slaps these motherfuckers in the face.
I'm here to confirm PJ's fucking comment, bro. You know,
listen. I picked up many. I just picked up recently a Marvel Team Up #1. I got it for dirt cheap. Pretty much paid $40 for a 7.0. You know what I'm saying? And that book is crispy. It presents so well. It's beautiful.
I don't know about that shit. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. Oh, I got it. I got it last week. I got it for
when
Thursday.
we busting that one out, man.
Yeah. No, I was trying to see if I had it right here. Because the guy, for those who didn't know, on eBay, you know, when I picked it up, the guy actually wanted me to cancel and you know, go along with it because I had picked up a number 1, 7.0 CBCS, and I picked up a number 2 raw near mint. I mean, it's white on white cover. It's fucking crispy. I won it for $82 bid. Nobody else was bidding. I won it.
Damn.
And I fucking took it.
He
actually sent me a message telling me, yo, if you want to cancel it, you don't want it, let me know.
Hell no.
Yo, so he said on here, he said people need to learn how to grade for themselves. I just wanted to piggyback on that a little bit, right? The thing with CGC in the brain, back to the brainwashing, like the conditioning, is it made people, like I said earlier, 9.4, 9.6, 9.2, they're kind of almost the same fucking book, essentially.
Hey, man.
But people question it, and it's like in their head now, like, I need that 9.6, even though, like I said, they probably got a 9.4, and it's literally the same fucking book, just for whatever reason that day it got 9.4 instead of 9.6. But see, my point is CGC basically dictates now what kind of book you want, not yourself. Like, I know what kind of books I like. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I showed Nigel. Nigel was in town last week, so me and him linked up, went out to eat, and I showed him a picture of a Spidey 252 9.2 with a big corner crease, like color breaking, clear. And I was like, yeah, that book was like shit. Like, I don't give a fuck what grade it is. Like, I wouldn't want that book because I wouldn't want that shit. Like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but to someone who's all about just the number, they'd be like, oh, it's a Spidey 252, 9.2. I'm gonna take it.
Put it like this: I'll show you that 7.0, and you'll swear it's like a fucking 9.0. You'll be like, oh my god, that yo get that graded. You'll probably get like a 9.2 for that, 9.4, and I'll be like, oh really? I got it was a 7.0 CBCS, bro. And you're like, what? So that right there, that alone, right there, that analogy should really start to like make people think like, guys, man, they're playing fucking. They're cornering the market, and not only that, but they're dictating how much money you make and how much money you spend. You know, and when you look at it, it's almost like a dictatorship is what they're doing now. You know, when you want to look at it on that level, you know, they're literally just like monopolizing now, and they don't give a fuck because the community is going to continue to do it because it's cool. It's like you said, P, it's, you know, it's an ego thing. I got 9.8. Like dudes who got, you know, that's their whole thing.
Even if the book is not really a fucking 9.8, you know,
to me, bro, you could take them. You could take them out of boys fucking elsewhere, bro. I want to go.
Right. So I don't give a fuck about that. Like I don't care about that. And that's another thing too. It's like some of these guys think they're hot shit, and it's like, yo, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you in here, you don't want to go toe to toe. You know what I'm saying? Even with PJ, you don't want to go toe to toe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is 30 plus years, man. Like, I don't care. You may have that 9.8, nigga, but I got like another 1,000 books to challenge that. You know what I mean? And they all keys. Fuck you.
I want your hip hop collection, bro. I want your hip hop collection.
You see it, right? You saw I pulled that motherfucker.
Bro, I seen it. I seen when you were on. I seen you when you were on Show the Gems, bro. You just fucking killing with those fucking your fucking collection, bro. Remember when you were on Show the Gems, you was pulling them out, bro, one by one.
That's all of them right here. That's every fucking hip hop right here.
I started picking all those up and they were coming out. But I thought it was like a finite number of covers, like 20 or 25, and they just kept coming and coming. I had to tap out. I was like, I can't keep getting it. Too damn. And then they started doing lame albums. And like,
right. Like, you know what it was? It was Crash. Crash was the one that was like, yo, pick them up anyway, because, you know, and then me being the fucking, you know, the completist that I am, Paul, you know, I can't start something because then I just have to keep going. So I was just like, I gotta go. And I started it, in 2016 with them. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to keep going with it. I ain't going to stop, you know, and I'm grateful that I actually kept up with it because I didn't think these were going anywhere. I'm going to tell you right now, I had these books. I just was like, I'm a hip hop head. So I was like, yo, they're dope, you know, and that's it. I never thought like every book I pick up, never in my wildest dream, I think, oh, that's going to blow. Some oddball book, like some crazy, you know, Marvel team or some what if, some crazy book. You're like, oh, no, I just love the books. I love the title. I love the stories. Like, I'm a big what if guy. Like, I love my what ifs.
Show me the Wakanda Forever one, bro. The fucking bro. That's my fit. I'm still looking for that book, and he's gonna make me fumble right here, bro. And I'm gonna say, slap that motherfucker, bro. And he's gonna slap me.
No, that's not happening. You know that's not happening. Hold on, I actually pulled that book out. I actually pulled it out because I was gonna do a top variant. You got me hyped up last week. And I was like, yo, I gotta pull out that Wakanda. It's in a pile right here. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Hold on. I know it's right here.
No, man, but you know, man, slapping. What I don't like, this is PJ. This is what I don't like, bro. It's like when someone says, "Man, you a flipper, bro. I'm all about the books." And I look behind him, I see all slabs. I'm like, "You fucking flipping too, bro. You ain't trying to."
Nah, they're all the same. You know, it's different, right? It's like different levels. I get it. If you're trying to hustle books or flip books, it's the slabs help. They increase your profits. It's all that as part of the game. But that's not your collecting side when you do that. That's more like business. Like your personal collection, you did have a slab. You got that Nas, but that's like a classic hip hop album. You wanted to get the cover, the slab it, hang it. I get that's like a separate thing too. But I understand like business is separate than like as all these guys say now, they're PC, like what they personally collect. Yeah. So, but I understand the business aspect of it. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you can't really dispute that. I mean, that's facts.
And honestly, man, like slabbing a book, even for my son, man, like UF4 or this one right here, right? Like they're really good. It's like from the investment side of things, it's like a really good stored value. It appreciates and keeps appreciating. So like in the end, if my son wants to sell them, I ain't hating him, bro, because I'm going to teach him how to be a businessman. I ain't trying to, So, I mean, from a business point of view, like there's always like pluses for slabbing a book, and it's not some like I said, there's only one person I know that keeps all his slabs and he doesn't sell them, right? But the rest of the people I know, bro, like it's there to flip, man. It's there to make some more money to hopefully put it back into the comic book community. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what started to dawn on me after a while too. When I was picking up a lot of the slabs, it was like, but I don't sell books, so they're just fucking. That's why I said I'm just buying them. I'm putting them in a box, and I ain't really even fucking with those books anymore. And it was kind of like. It's kind of gnawing at me. Like it's not how I've been collecting my whole life. It's just not natural to me to do that. I like to look through my books and put my sets together and have everything like available. So, but it's
I can't find that motherfucker.
Bro, man. Top variant Thursday, bro.
Next week.
Let's go.
Let's go. 2 days to find it.
I got you. It's in this pile here because PJ I was organizing all weekend. I had like a whole bunch of piles there. I think I put it in my story. I had a whole bunch of stuff in my hallway. I was just like, yo, and one of them was that Wakanda that was in there. She's been sitting in that pile for like fucking a year now.
I know where one is, and he wants $150, bro. I'm trying to get him down to under 100, bro. Like it's one I need. I only need like maybe 6 more like books to be on Morbius's level. So one of them is a fucking Wakanda book, bro. Like, damn,
Yeah, that Wakanda is something else, man.
Which one is it? What covers that?
It has Wakanda, then it has Wakanda Forever, and it has Wakanda in the background, the whole city. It's fucking dope, bro.
But I'm saying it's a hip hop. It's a hip hop variant.
Yeah, it's a hip hop variant. Yeah, I forgot the album. I don't remember off the top of my. It's not one of those like
That's what I mean. I only ended up keeping like Eric B and Rakim.
Yeah, it's not like a memorable album.
Biggie, it's like the classic ones. Once the shit got to like Flow Rider and shit, I was like, I don't need this stuff anymore.
I really want to pull that shit out. But yeah, man, definitely. Let me see how much time we got here. My bad, guys. I was all caught up. We got about 2 more minutes. So yeah, man. Once again, like guys, thank you for everybody who's here now. Appreciate you catching it. For those who catching the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and make sure you follow these guys. I got their links in the description. Hit them up, follow them. They got great books. That's the reason why they're here hanging out with me, because I ain't gonna have no, you know what I'm saying?
Just to add though, right? A lot of the comments have been, or even us, we've been saying like, the investment, the value to sell. It's not like fucking raw books are worthless though. You know what I'm saying? It's almost
I didn't
only slabs are worth shit, and or my raw FF5 is worthless, I guess, because it's not slabs. I mean, I guess you can't get crazy with it either.
Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, my thing is that don't get caught up. Don't let just money dictate your whole entire life. Like, it's not about money, man. This is not enjoy life, man. Enjoy what you have, you know, for the time that you have it, because that's something that I've learned young, man, that life is short, guys, and it's not about money, it's not about balling out. And I know a lot of people say, hey, I save it for my kids and all that stuff, but you know what, my kids, you know what they told me? They're not selling my books. You know, my kids told me, nah, man, I'm gonna pass that to my kids. You know what I mean? Because they're telling me, nah, Dad, I'm gonna be successful. I don't need that. You know, I don't need to sell that to, you know what I mean? I'm gonna hustle hard. I'm gonna make my money. I'm gonna get my degrees. You know, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Sorry about that. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You know, so I don't have to even consider selling any of your books when you're not here anymore. You know, because that's your legacy. That's what you know. That's when we look at those books, we see you. We remember all those times that you pulled this book out and showed me and taught me. Oh yes, you know, you used this book to teach me Spider-Man. You used this book, you know, to teach me about Hulk. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I think is important. I think that's something that we kind of steered away from now. And I get it. Society has changed. With the pace is moving faster. You know, it is about the money in a lot of situations. But I think at the end of the day, we cannot forget that. Let's not pull away from that, you know, and forget why we started doing this. You know what I mean? A lot of us, especially the old school heads, you know, you have a lot of new school guys that just came into it because now the whole, you know, genre is about, you know, being an investor and selling and getting CGCs. And, you know, and I see a lot of new collectors that fall into that. And then I see a lot of new collectors, you know, let's say Michelle, you know, who just started, you know, less than a year ago, and she's on it. You know what I mean? She's not about the slab life. She don't own those slabs. You know, she knows she's all about the book. She reads her books. You know what I mean? She's into her books, and that's what it was about. That's why we started doing this. It was about the books. It had nothing to do with money. When you was a kid and when you was a teenager, even if you that old, I'm talking like old school. You know what I mean? I'm not talking like, you know, in 2000s. I'm talking like, you know, 80s, 90s. You know, if you was in that era reading these books, you know, you was not thinking about money. You know what I mean? I will be honest, only until when fucking Image came out. And then they dropped, you know what I mean, Spawn. And then that's when things started to become like, if I pick up, you know, I got like a whole short box full of fucking Spawn #1s. I'm going to be rich. You know what I mean? Like, that's what kind of like, that's where the game started getting like a little, you know, fucked up. But before that, man, it was just all about the story, the book, the artist. You know, you get lost in that shit, you know? And, but yeah, that's why, you know, I'm a definite advocate about staying away from CGC, because once again, you know, you just have this third-party entity dictating how we collect and how we spend our money and how we make our money. You know, you got to think about that, guys. You got people playing with your money. You know, you send the book in and you could get fucking 10 different grades on it. They're fucking with your money. You know what I mean? They're dictating how much money you put in your pocket, and you cannot allow that anymore. You need to just fucking just be like, nah, fuck that. You know what I mean? And just hustle your shit. What happened to that? What happened to trading books and getting together and be like, yo, I'll trade these books with these books? Because it's not about the book anymore.
Because we used to just want the book, right? You had a book,
we want the book.
I had a book you wanted, we trade.
We traded. I traded because that book means more to me than the book that I have, because it's about the book. And we lost that. And I feel that now we need to kind of come back. And I think we need more of this discord to kind of like, you know, recharge people, man, and reignite that love.
The internet like fuck with that too, though, right? Because back in the day, if we wanted a book, we'd have to go digging for it. So now any of us can jump on eBay or some other platform and just buy some book, type in what you want, and you'll find it. So how do you distinguish yourself from the other books? Oh, mine's a 9.4. Oh, that's a 9.2. This is like it all like feeds into the same fucking beast, basically.
It does, man. It's like how much do you really give a fuck about a book in a sense if you spent 3 hours digging in 2 different comic shops and you pull that book out? You're really gonna appreciate that shit. You're really gonna be like, yo, and this is the book I wanted to. Like, yo, I fucking found it. Like, you're gonna hold on to that motherfucker. Compared to just hitting a button,
clicking a button and
buy, offer, done, got it. Now there's no connection to that. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it because we buy books from eBay. But what we're trying to say is that it's become so easy that it's easier to disconnect from the love of the book that you actually initially had.
About the numbers.
Right. It's easy to disconnect nowadays. that's what we're saying. We're not saying that we don't buy books from eBay and we're like, oh no, we're not saying that. You know, but when I do buy a book, it stays in my collection. You know, when I buy anything, it stays in my collection because I bought it for that purpose, to finish my runs. I wanna complete things. I want to finish the storyline. You know what I mean? That's part of finishing the run. You get the book, you read it, and put it in a box. Now you're trying to find the next one, you know, and keep going. You know, right? Exactly. Right here with you, fam. Right here with you.
I got all mine. Mine are still in case.
We got a little.
You know what I'm saying? We got a little sign.
CBC ad, CGC. I think I got a PGX in
There's
here.
no discrimination. We show love to all grading companies. You know what I mean? We love y'all all. Salute to you.
Peace, everybody, man. It's just our opinions.
Guys, once again, I mean, we're 5 minutes over. We had a great time. Ian, if you have anything coming up, anything that you got popping off, I know you got your show. Please let the people know where to find you at what time. It's all yours, brother.
Oh, man, you can just pop on it. Look up Hoodrat_comics over here on YouTube, man. You can find my channel, man. I got a lot of stuff going on, man. If y'all want to watch a pressing video, the way I press a comic, it's on there too, man. And I just do it my way. My whole thing is, man, it's like for pressing, man, it's the same thing as like looking through my comics. It's meditation, man. And I like to have my books reach their highest potential, man. So like I'm trying to share that with the community too, man. So if y'all want to see someone not wear gloves while they're pressing,
that's it. The hydration.
Exactly. Somebody who ain't afraid of the toxic chemicals inside of the fucking comic book, the hazardous chemicals, you know, or the acid that burns through the fucking comics. You know, check out. Make sure you hit up.
You flip me out when they say they wear gloves to fucking to handle their slabs.
Yeah, man.
Oh, like yeah, that's going a little too far, bro. What you wearing? You wearing triple condoms when you mess with your girl? What?
Mess with your girl? No, you don't. It's ridiculous. You know, definitely the comic stick. For those who don't know about the comic stick, come to my page. Go to my feed. You'll see I have an infomercial for the comic stick. It's cheap. You're gonna love it. You never have to touch a book again. I even got one for slabs. Hit me up. You know what I mean? You're gonna love it. And definitely that's not true, but you know, because it's impossible. You're gonna have to touch your goddamn books, people. Yeah. You know, you can't avoid it. You can't avoid it. And if you don't want to touch your books, you don't want to read your books, just fucking go collect cars, bro. Like collect fucking coins or stamps or some shit, man. Like this hobby ain't for you. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, there you go. I got a satisfied customer. Definitely, bro. He picked one up, bro. Trust me, man. There's only 6 easy payments of $99, and you get a slab stick for an extra 3 payments. So so definitely make sure you hit me up, and make sure you hit Ian up. Make sure you hit Paul up, because these are the homies. You know what I mean? I had such a great time today. Shout out to everybody who was in the building. We got 16 people still hanging out with us. Thank you so much. And for those catching the replay, I appreciate you. Appreciate you for hanging out with us and checking us out. And once again, remember, these are just our opinions based on our experience and how we collect, and everybody got their opinion, and that's okay. Oh God. Jesus Christ, man. But once again, guys, yeah, I know, right? He's like, we're gonna crack that shit, and then we're gonna put it in the fucking dehydration chamber. You know,
it needs a cold press for like a week, bro, to get that shit out. You know, so
that's crazy, man. I'm definitely gonna talk to you about that, man, because I've never heard of that, man. That was brand new to me. So, but definitely, man. Shout out to everybody who was here once again, and yeah, y'all already know Comic Relief. Episode 30. Ian was in the building. Paul, I'll catch y'all next week, Tuesday.
Peace.